But then I let that window down, we hit his block and leave him dead. Clay ain't ever heart, little nigga, bitch, you hit the feds. Doing all that talk, little bitch, you heard what I said. Caught him with that pistol, caught him slipping, hit his head. I'm a real Teflon dog, cause when it's time, you know I'm slide.
Alright, man, XXL freshman class of 2023 has wrapped up officially about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, man, Cyphers ended 2 weeks ago. There was only 2 of them this year. Usually we get 3 or 4. It's usually about 3. It's usually about 3 Cyphers. But anyway, the class is over officially. Just gonna go through and break down each Cypher. I did a video of reacting to every single freestyle. Unfortunately, YouTube, I was given a strike and wasn't able to upload or anything for a whole week. An entire week I wasn't able to do anything. But I was still able to record videos. Just had to wait till this week to get them up. So it is what it is. But anyway, I'm gonna go through the Cyphers right here. In the first Cypher, we had Finesse 2 times, Real Boston Richey, Fridayy, and Lola Brooke. Starting with Finesse 2 times, I think Finesse snapped. I think he had the best verse in the Cypher. Definitely sounded very well with a Pierre beat. Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here? Definitely sounded good with a Pierre beat. So, shout out to Finesse. I think he had the best verse in this Cypher. Up next, Real Boston Richey. I think he had a good flow. I like Real Boston Richey's verse here. Of course, he had the famous cousin line where he was trying to have intercourse with his cousin. But, I mean, it is what it is. The flow was nice, and he kept going. So, shout out to Real Boston Richey. I personally think he had the second best verse here behind Finesse. Of course, that's an opinion, but Finesse had the best verse. Then I would say Real Boston Richey in second. The third verse was Fridayy. And if you watched his freestyle, you knew he was going to come in with a little bit of singing action, and maybe it would sound good, but ultimately it didn't. It didn't sound good at all. And in fact, it was probably one of the worst verses I've ever heard. Maybe over time it won't age as bad, but yeah, it was pretty bad. Fridayy made YK Osiris look like a lyrical genius, or look like the best singer of all time. Like that was pretty bad from Fridayy. Like I said, his freestyle was pretty good because it sounded good, but on the Pierre beat, it just may not age well, didn't sound good at all. So definitely came in last year. Obviously, Lola Brooke is the next verse. She and I think in total she had the third best verse. Fridayy was last, but Lola Brooke, next verse, she did good. I don't think it was as good as Finesse. No, it obviously wasn't as good as Finesse 2 times. It wasn't as good as Real Boston Richey. It was way better than Fridayy. She had one line in there that I really, really liked. Roll my problems in a blunt and spark through L's. That is hard, bro. All right, man. So, yeah, that was a very good bar from Lola Brooke there. Still, I think she had the third best verse in the Cypher. But, yeah, man, y'all let me know what you think. What you think about that first Cypher? Who had the best verse? Y'all let me know. All right, Cypher number 2. In this Cypher, they had about 6. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they had 6 people in this Cypher. That's a lot. They usually do about 3 or 4 in each Cypher. This time they did 6, which is, again, that's crazy. Somehow still managed to be the best Cypher. So yes, it still managed to be the best Cypher, even with more people in it. Rob49 went ahead and started it off for us with a clean verse. It was a nice verse, right? I don't think it was as good as Finesse 2 times, but it was a pretty cool verse. Then SleazyWorld Go out of nowhere came in and stole it, in my opinion. I think SleazyWorld probably had the best Cypher all year, you know, or out of all both Cyphers. SleazyWorld Go probably had the best verse in both Cyphers, out of both Cyphers. So shout out to SleazyWorld. Definitely the best verse in the freshman class this year. DC the Don then comes in again with another good verse. Nothing too special or too crazy. His sounded more like an actual freestyle than it did a written verse. So shout out to DC for that. Again, another good verse. After DC was Luh Tyler and I'll be honest, I can't take him serious in anything that he does. I do like that song that he has with DDG, right? But other than that, that's really about it. I just can't take Luh Tyler serious at all. Let me know what y'all think. And I mean, it was an okay verse. Like it was probably the worst. It wasn't as bad as what we're finna get to, and it wasn't as bad as Fridayy's verse from the other Cypher. But it was mediocre for sure. Wasn't nothing too special. So next, TiaCorine was after Luh Tyler, and it was an okay verse. It was pretty good. It was short to me, but it was cool. She did her little thing up there. So shout out to TiaCorine. Nothing too crazy, but it wasn't bad by no means. This might be the worst verse all year, honestly. It's between Fridayy and Too Rare. Too Rare's verse was pretty bad here. Probably no, it was unlistenable. Too Rare's verse was unlistenable here. I don't even think I finished, honestly. It was just so long, and I couldn't finish it, man. Like, Fridayy's verse was bad, but it was short, right? So it wasn't like you could listen to it because it was only a few seconds. You know what I'm saying? Too Rare's verse was just so unlistenable. I'm not sitting there for 2.5 minutes listening to this dude. You're basically just watching him dance and say a few words. I mean, it's unlistenable and kind of unwatchable if you ask me. But anyway, that was the freshman class this year, 2023. SleazyWorld Go with the best verse and the cyphers. And Too Rare with the worst verse in the cyphers. Like I said, I did a video on the freestyles, but I wasn't able to get it uploaded because YouTube had me on a 1-week ban, or whatever you call it, 1-week suspension. So I wasn't able to upload that video of all the freestyles, but I did react to them and I did see them, and they were good. None were terrible. But y'all let me know what you thought about this year's class, man. I'm already looking forward to next year. I know a lot of people say XXL has fallen off, and maybe that's true, but I'm still ready for next year's class, man. I thought this year's class was pretty decent. So y'all let me know what you think, man.